if a Singaporean has made it overseas, then they'll shit on that Singaporean.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, look at the whole Joseph Schooling thing.
Yeah.
We weren't really very supportive of his pursuit of being an Olympian.
Yeah, Olympian.
Yeah, being an
athlete,
Olympian.
Yeah, athlete.
Until he won.
Mm.
And then the moment he had like a little scandal, then we turned our backs on him, right?
Yeah.
Really?
it's true.
Did we turn our backs on him?
Okay, I didn't.
We didn't, but
I
the
didn't.
older people did.
Okay, welcome back to Tea Talks.
Hi.
Hi. We have two. We have two new guests here with us. We have Joie and Charlene.
Hello.
Yeah. And today we're going to talk about today's topic.
Heavy.
Today's topic is a very interesting topic. Okay, basically I've been reading about this phenomenon, which is, I don't even know if it's derogatory to say the term, but it's a sinky pon sinky mindset.
Did you read that on our
Like I read it.
Pon
Sinky, yeah.
What's pon?
Pon lah,
It's
like own, but
yeah,
like
gay.
like
Ah,
you
P like PWN.
Correct,
Is it
correct.
swan? Like you swan your own kind.
Yeah. So, but basically, it means like it's the belief that Singaporeans gain satisfaction from making other Singaporeans feel worse off. So, my question to you guys is: do you think Singaporeans hate their own kind? Vote. Let's vote on this. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
I'm divided.
I'm divided also.
Divided?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't know you
divided.
could do that. Okay.
Oh,
This is
okay.
why you say no.
I'm not half.
Okay. Why?
I feel like a
Wait,
lot.
Wendy's what?
She's agreeing.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, you think we hate each other?
Yeah, it seems like
Wait,
It's
what's
it-
about
Why?
hate
Is
us?
it, no, I
What?
don't hate
Why?
you. I don't hate you guys. I love you guys. But I feel like you guys hate each other. As in,
Can you explain what sinky pon?
what does it mean? Can't even say it. But basically it's like
Got
How-
example?
I got.
okay.
There was a TikTok where this girl was in US or something.
Ah,
Then
yes,
the
yes.
interviewer asked
Yeah.
her like, "Oh, what do you like about Singapore?" Then she said nothing. There's nothing great.
Yeah.
Then half the comments were like,
Like-
"Wow, then you don't come Singapore." Ah."
Don't
yeah,
come
or
back.
like she's not
Yeah.
Singaporean. She's not even speaking with the accent. Or like
Right.
I mean, she don't give a damn. She's there.
yeah. So yeah, a lot of people were dissing her in the comments. So it's like that kind of behavior, you know?
I feel like Singaporeans are very patriotic only when people hate Singaporeans.
It's like
Like-
situational
like,
patriotism.
If a foreign person shits on Singapore, then
Mm.
suddenly they're like, no, how dare you? Our country is great. But then within our community, we are always shitting on the government. We're always shitting on like
Yeah.
other sinkies.
other Singaporeans. If a Singaporean has made it overseas, then they'll shit on that Singaporean.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, look at the whole Joseph Schooling thing.
Yeah.
We weren't really very supportive of his pursuit of being an Olympian.
Yeah,
Olympian, yeah, being an
athlete,
Olympian.
Yeah, athlete.
Until he won.
Mm.
And then the moment he had like a little scandal, then we turned our backs on him, right?
Yeah.
Really?
It's true.
Did we turn our backs on him?
Okay, I didn't.
We didn't, but the
I
older
didn't.
people did.
Yeah.
Just to give like some, or rather to give some context to like certain archetypes of like Singaporeans that people feel like hold true. So there is the classic know-it-all. So they believe everything other people do is easy and only whatever the person does deserves credit. Like there's this archetype of person where it's like, yeah lah, of course you can make it, what, so easy. But then to him it's like, but I work hard for it, I deserve the credit.
Oh my gosh, like a bit victim mentality, right?
A bit. Yeah. So there's
yeah.
like the archetype of people. That's what I'm reading online. And then like there's also the people who thinks like everyone has something bad to say about the government. Yeah, and then there's also the very commonly known the SPG. Or like
Damn, half of us are.
or like the fact that
So what, you hate us? What?
No lah.
What?
Observation
I saw the
bias.
disdain on her. She's like,
Right. She was like mooning at the side.
yeah, and the fact that any other Singaporean basically only wants to mix with any like a person who is not Singaporean. They just want to mix with like not your own kind, like any other foreigner. So there's like these archetypes of people in Singapore that breed that whole culture of like Singaporeans dissing on each other.
I have never, or I've hardly met a Singaporean living in Singapore who wants to mingle with like
Is it?
non-Singaporeans.
Oh,
I feel like
okay.
it's more common that Singaporeans don't really wanna. I don't know.
Okay.
I've met a few.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit odd to witness firsthand like that and see it happen. It's like they actively choose to only post their foreign friends, and then all the like the local friends never posted about, never talked about. You only see that it's usually family friends only.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think it's maybe I guess it's projection. You feel like you're smaller, or makes you a foreigner, makes you a more upper class person, perhaps.
That's the problem for most of the problems in the world. Nah, because you need to stop thinking that white people are superior. We think they're superior because most people who are white that come to Singapore are rich, ma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually there's plenty of broke white people, just that we don't see it.
I was gonna add on to that. So I was like, is it the thought that the grass is always greener on the other side?
Something I find very interesting, right, is like a lot of Singaporeans, we can appreciate other Asian cultures, not our own. Like we almost feel shameful of it. Like if you go to Japan or Indonesia, you can abide by their culture, like rules and obligations, and you're like, wow, so interesting. Singapore has like little things that make us unique, but then we're like ashamed of it, or like we shoot it down until we're showing a foreign friend around. Then we're like, yeah, this is what we do. It's so cool. Try rojak, try laksa, try kaya toast.
We only claim our like heritage when it's like
yeah.
convenient.
Yep.
And like,
Same.
as in you do that too?
Like one thing to flex about Singapore, the MRT.
Yes.
It's true, but then we hate on the government when the MRT breaks down. It's like, wow, MRT breakdown again, and then, but our MRT system is really quite great lah. And one fault doesn't determine, you know,
Correct.
the whole system's fault.
I really think it's because we never go through enough shared common experiences or like struggles. So the nationalism that was instilled in us, like it was given to us as a template, right, by like the education system in school. So when we learned it, it wasn't like you feel it, right? It's like you learn it in school and then like you replicate it on the day to day, right? So I think we never really feel it. But then I think that Singaporeans have this sense of like, you know, we're like a first world country, we're better than everybody else around us, we are like a tier above. So if y'all say shit about us, like you're wrong, because look at everything we've achieved, you know what I mean?
Okay, so like, I think the context also is that we live in a very hyper competitive society as well. So this breeds a lot of room for competitiveness and like resentment towards people who are more successful than you. I mean, our education system is like built on like you work hard, then you get the results, then you don't want the person to work hard because if the person like succeeds, then that means you don't succeed. So I don't know, is it because we have this whole like system that we grow up with that kind of builds this prejudice that we have towards each other?
I feel like meritocracy is like fake. If you reach, then you get all the connections. What? There are people who make it out of it through like the right way lah. Like they work hard and they get rewarded for their hard work. But then I feel like once I get out and I work and I see people around me, a lot of people who are successful, they come from like rich families. So it's not to say that they didn't earn their success. They obviously put in some work to reach there, but if you were not as well off, you might not have the connections or the opportunities that led you to your success.
And that's what you feel people like.
That's why they're
resentful.
I feel like they're resentful to the rich.
Right.
But this is not uniquely Singaporean.
It's not. But I feel like in Singapore, it's like, I feel the bitterness more. Do you know what I mean?
Is it because we are sold the myth from young that like
we are
a meritocratic society?
Correct. So it's like once you grow up and you realize, oh, there's not really like such a thing as meritocracy, then you're like angry lor, you're resentful of the government, of like
then who to blame? No one to blame other Singaporeans.
Yeah,
it's
true. Lor.
It's true.
It's true.
Wait, so have you guys ever unknowingly exhibited such like behavior as well?
Like pwned another
I'm
not worried.
Yeah, like I don't know, put someone down because of like the competitive nature of like you don't like.
Okay, who here go overseas before and then you're like, oh my god, like that person sound like Singaporean, and then you like faster run away.
Oh my god,
I just heard a story of someone who said yes.
I will run in that direction.
Oh really?
I'll be like, oh my god, like hi, yeah. I love hearing a Singaporean accent, especially in like weird parts of the world.
No, valid.
Okay.
Like,
Where have you been that happened to you?
So my husband's from Delaware. Delaware is where old people go to retire. Even Americans don't go to Delaware. And I remember hearing a Singaporean accent at an outlet shop, at the outlet malls. And I'm like, hi. Like even seeing an Asian, I feel so connected to my heritage. And I've never felt more patriotic than when I met my husband. I was suddenly like, you know what? Actually, I'm so proud of like our country. I'm so proud of like what we've achieved and what we have, and I love that we are uniquely who we are lah. We are a bit gross, but I love it.
Why did that realization come when you met your husband?
I think a lot of people, they were like, okay, let's talk about code switching.
Okay,
for a
okay,
bit.
yeah.
It stems from being empathetic. Like you want
It's out of necessity.
it's out of
like,
necessity for the conversation. It's proven that it's like it triggers your empathetic side of your brain, and you want the other person to feel comfortable and relate to them. And I mean, for some people, code switching can come more naturally than others. Usually when I meet a white person, right, I will purposely not code switch. I'll purposely sound damn Singaporean, because you come to my country, you better learn how we talk. Because if you go to another country, you work around it. What you go to Japan, they don't even speak English. So I will purposely sound damn Singaporean, because I know some people look down on. I can sense when someone's looking down on my intellect. Just because I'm Chinese. So I'll purposely speak very eloquently but very Singaporean, and just take it lah. Like, you can understand me, right? And sometimes they're like, wow, your English is so great. I'm like, we speak English here. Like, you know what I mean? So, but it's weird. When I met my husband, I code switched unknowingly. And one of my fears was, what will happen when he realizes I don't sound like that with my friends? But then part of me was like, I'm not ashamed of it. So it's very weird. Like, when he sits in on family dinners, I'm literally like two different people. But I've kind of morphed to be one person now. And yeah, I just think that it was something that I wanted to share with him. Like, look, this is what being Singaporean is like, and it's fucking great.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like on TikTok, there was this other video so that came up. Like, this person was in Canada. Then Singaporean as well. And then was just talking about how Canada is like great, talking about how it's like better for him lah. And then a lot of people in the comment started dissing him for being a Singaporean but not sounding Singaporean.
Right.
But then there's this whole thing about like, okay, but you code switch in that country to kind of like what you said lah, assimilate. Yeah. So then what? Yeah, it's interesting to like see.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think this kind of thing is also like a matter of like, it's a social media thing, right? When there is one bad comment or like a few bad comments, and then people are like, oh, this is the negative sentiment that's happening now. I don't think people are going to be like, they want to be contrarian, right? I think it reinforces maybe a feeling that they already maybe innately have, and then like they just add on to the fire.
I feel like she got what to
I
say.
like code switching, right, in Singapore, because we have exchange, right, for school. So I think they're hitting on bitches who go and then they come back and then they speak with American accent when they go for 6 months. Like, chill.
Hey, but I wanted to say also, so I went overseas to like Shanghai to do my internship, right? I also code switch, right? I was like, when you speak Chinese, you got to give a bit of that qiang, you know?
Right.
Nobody don't understand you. It's like, yeah lor. I mean, same, right? Yeah.
No, I think the difference is you bring it back and then you do that to your Singaporean
correct.
friends. It makes no sense, because
It's
that is
true.
literally the opposite of code switching.
It's
Yeah,
true.
so I feel like for that case, that kind is like pandering. Like, why do you want to be white so bad?
No, I want to say, there have been, and this is very specific to yoga. So, I don't know if y'all...
What kind of context is this?
I said, so
I know where this is going.
there'll be like, I'll go for yoga classes, and then the instructor will, because you know you need to get the studio into the vibes, right? So like the instructor, she will like say like, oh yeah, like close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then they have a certain like yogi way of like saying things. It's like, close your eyes, take a deep breath, in a bit of the accent. So they will say it in like a bit of like an Americanized accent. But then when the lesson is over, then you go to the counter and you say bye to them like, hey, bye! Like very Singaporean. And I was like, okay, like I don't know why you had to put that on during the class. I get that you're trying to set the vibe, but like,
To be honest, I like it if it's done well. But when it's not done well, right, then I cannot flow properly. I remember like, and for some reason the EE becomes I. So then she's just like, set your butt cheeks on the ground. And I was like, my butt what? Yeah, she said, peel your butt cheeks off the ground. And I'm like, okay, this is the worst 60 minutes of my life.
you need to maintain it throughout that whole period, right? And I think like keeping up with the accent is just unnatural. Like,
Yeah.
You must sound nice, you must sound nice, you're right. That's
If
why
it's done
people were hating on the
naturally.
Canada guy from the TikTok.
Oh, is it?
Because his accent cannot make it. Cannot make it. It's like neither here nor there. Like pick one.
Alright.
You must fully commit. I feel like you need to commit.
Correct, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can't flop like that.
Cannot.
it's
Yeah.
true.
We were talking about our countrymen, right? Our athletes, that we somehow we find it hard to support them. Yeah. And like, yeah, it's only when they do well, then they are rewarded and celebrated. Yeah, which is a strange thing. Like, why is success and self-esteem inherently linked to like achievements in Singapore?
No, like I hate that. Like why he participated? Wow, that's so fun.
Yeah,
Good for
I mean,
him.
Exactly.
Who? I mean, how many
He
of
made
us can
Singapore
go?
known
Yeah,
actually in
exactly,
the Olympic
yeah.
world. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. Good for him.
We are not even sorry, but
Don't be sorry, Queen.
Yeah, don't be.
but I feel like there is no room to like develop. We're not even developing or giving space or room for people to like make mistakes and grow. It feels like Singapore is very hard up on like you need, like if you're doing this, you need to succeed. Only when you're succeeded, then your journey is like worth it. But if you don't, then everything is just nothing.
But okay, honestly, what is Singaporean anyway? Like, what is, because Singapore is not just Chinese. When someone doesn't look Chinese, then they're like, this not Singaporean.
No, I
Like-
used to like, get that comment, oh, you don't look Singaporean. And sometimes I'll be like, what is Singaporean?
Yeah, what is it
What
anyway?
is Singaporean? Yeah.
So Joseph Schooling is Singaporean, what?
Mm.
I tell you right, if he represented another country and people found out he was Singaporean, they would shit on him for not representing Singapore.
I really think it's just so many people living on one country with nowhere to go, nothing else to look at but their phones.
Oh.
And it's just like culminating,
brain
just
rot.
very negative
Everything is-
energy. Yeah, and then like a lot of this excess mental energy, and you're like, okay, what am I going to do? Comment bad things online. Not a
Yeah,
vibe, not a
no,
vibe.
It's true, eh?
Not a vibe.
It's true.
Go and walk.
It's
Go outside and
true.
walk. Like,
Correct.
honestly.
Go outside and walk.
Go and
Find
look
a
at the
hobby.
tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really.
They don't have friends, more.
They don't have friends. They don't have
Sometimes
friends.
all you need to do is yap it out.
It's true. It's true. Start a podcast.
You don't see me.
Okay, no.
Okay, wait, no. Let's not encourage. Let's not encourage that. Yeah, yapping with the friends. Yapping with the friends. Yes. So how do you yap it out then?
So
you
okay,
yap it out.
which brings me to this point, right? Is complaining a respite for Singaporeans? Like, we complain because we like are so like stressed out, just enduring all this like negative energy. That's why we complain a lot.
Oh my god, the taxi uncles are like the most, like, they hate the government, right? But I tell you, the moment the CDC voucher come out, they are the ones that download everything, use everything, send to the family group chat, use, the government is helping us. I don't get it.
My friends talk about this all the time. We think complaining is a birthright.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, okay, other people have it worse, but you also have bad days, right? Just complain lah. It's fine. But then, like, I think there's a special place in hell for people who like bring it online and like you know, let people
Like
know.
put other people
Yeah,
down,
correct.
or
That's too much.
spread
Like
negative
you
vibes.
can talk with your friends, then you can like relieve your stress. That's fair. Like, everyone does that. Everyone shit talks people. That's fair. But you cannot go that far lah. You know.
So would life have been different if we adopted? I don't even know if like we can adopt a different mentality, but or do you feel like it is changing now? Because that was predominantly with the older generation that we feel like this negative energy is breeding. Because I mean, a lot of y'all still say it like it's half, right? Y'all don't feel that Singaporeans dislike each other or hate each other. But yeah, so do you feel it's changing?
Damn. I don't think it will change because we have it too good here. Like, we have it so easy and good, accessible and comfortable that as human beings, we'll always complain about something. So then we start complaining about stupid things because we don't have real things to complain about.
No, you must complain and then like leave a better
Leave it.
person.
Yes.
You cannot complain then like you still angry. Then what's the point? Yeah, you must be able to let it go.
Yeah, but y'all still haven't given me an answer for why y'all think it's half.
Okay, because I live in a bubble. Like, all my friends are like lover girls.
Okay.
So love life, live, love.
Okay.
So like it's a very like positive environment. We're all always encouraging each other, and like we make do with what we have. But then I feel like I live in a bubble, so I don't think most Singaporeans are like that.
I feel like I know it exists because I hear firsthand from family members, you know, the aunties, the neighbors. Sometimes you don't even want to hear, so they talk to you in the lift. Then you're like, whoa, I just want to eat my pamian. You know what I mean? But like, they're just so unhappy and they complain. But then again, I have my chosen family and we're so happy. So I understand that both sides exist and they're both valid. We are both all just trying to survive. We just survive differently. And I think the hardest thing is that the older generation, they've been through such a different Like they have a different Singapore.
Yeah.
I think we grew up in a very privileged Singapore. They didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They saw the war, and yeah, I think it will never change lah. Yeah.
I don't know, like I was half because I thought that like, yeah lor, like I think that sometimes Singaporeans pick and choose when they want to be patriotic, like what Joie said, right? And yeah, like I think sometimes when the older generation, it's difficult to say that the older generation went through definitely different times from us. But I think it's difficult to make a direct comparison. I mean, things are difficult now as well. Cost of living is so high, inflation is like crazy. Are any of you gonna be able to buy a house? Like,
No.
it's difficult.
It's difficult.
I don't complain. I mean, once in a while I like grumble a bit, but like I'm not throwing out bad vibes to like the taxi uncle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes I also like to when I listen to my aunties and uncles complain, right? I listen to them, but then sometimes to counter that I also like to just like, don't like complain.
Girl, at least you
like,
have a house like them.
yeah, say things like that, right? Wait, what do you think, Wendy? What do you think?
I think hearing so it's interesting. Maybe I guess for myself, I wouldn't say I'm a foreigner. I look different, but I have grown up in Singapore, so I really feel like a localized and Singaporean, right? So but I have never really adopted that mentality as well of like complaining about like, yes, like what you said, like sometimes things are hard, you grumble a bit, but I think it always surprises me how we could be more encouraging, like as a society. I feel like there should be more support lah, basically. Yeah.
You're just like very disgruntled all the
yeah,
time.
yeah. And Singapore honestly is I mean, it's not an ad or whatever lah, but like it is a great place to be at. And I feel like we only or rather Singaporeans maybe only understand that maybe when someone else from some place else says something great about Singapore, and you're like, yes, that's right. Our MRT systems are great. Our crowd systems are great. I feel like we can just take joy in the little things, like every day. I don't know if it's too like simplistic
right,
to say,
right.
but
yeah, you're right. I think we should be more vocal about love. Because usually the hateful people are the ones that are more
very
vocal.
loud.
And that's
They're
why
very
you
loud.
only see online.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe we should start being more vocal and practice what we preach by putting that online as well.
yeah. I'm glad that at least everyone here has a bit more of a uplifting mentality. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, let's spread love, joy, and kindness, I guess. Yep, okay. That's all for this Tea Talks. We will see you guys at the next one. And yeah, let's see what other like spicy... Oh, we haven't drank tea yet. But yeah, let's see what other topics we'll talk about next time. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.